Like, my voice is on my imprint's on every video we do.
And you're going to be helping with the times, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I will be objective.
Yeah.
That's why I'm there. The one thing that Jim Comey said, and I've met him, he's a great guy, actually.
How'd you meet Comey? Just like working in the campaign?
No. Godfather. No one at the time says I'm going to do that.
No.
The Comey hearing, I should have recused myself. But I'm not ever telling anybody there.
Yeah.
That I have time with that, or else I don't know if they can keep me on.
These are the most dishonest people. They've got a couple of reporters in that newspaper who are so bad.
So as the gatekeeper for like videos on the New York Times, do you get to like make sure your message is heard?
Yeah.
How'd you meet Comey?
Godfather.
He's your godfather? Really?
My imprint's on every video we do.
Okay, well, is Comey your godfather?
No.
Then why did you say that?
Good story.
I target his businesses, like the Trump business, target that.
People say, who are you going after next? There's a lot of other media organizations that need to be exposed. Who here would like us to release undercover videos inside their holy grail, the New York Times? Fake news. When it comes to American journalism, the gold standard, the pinnacle, the holy grail is the New York Times. They say that they're completely objective. They have no political agenda, that they're the paper of record. But maybe that just isn't so. And while people have had their suspicions in this regard, there's never been any proof. We continue our American Provident investigation with a tale that's so bizarre, a tale of deceit, a tale of political bias inside the newsroom at the New York Times. I'd like you to meet Nicholas Dudich. He's the gatekeeper for the Times' extensive online video content library. When we met Dudich earlier this year, he was full of stories.
What I do specifically at the Times now is, like, my core stuff is off-platform strategy programming. So any video that goes on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, I have a hand in that.
Before joining the New York Times, Dudich worked for the presidential campaigns of both Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton.
Obama in 2012 I worked with.
Oh, nice.
On the Obama campaign for 2012, and then I worked on the Obama campaign for 2008 doing social media.
Oh, okay.
It's like I have that background, so when Clinton in 2016, they needed someone to do, they needed volunteer strategists to do video, they needed someone to help them with the video and how to make it heartfelt.
Just recently out of direct politics, Dudich's talents are now shaping, maybe even distorting, political coverage at the Old Gray Lady.
So as the gatekeeper for like videos on the New York Times, do you get to like make sure that you like can make sure your message is heard?
Yeah.
Cool.
Like, my voice is on my imprint's on every video we do.
Cool.
So I like that.
Dudich says his role at the Times comes with editorial responsibility, yet he admits to having no interest in putting his political biases aside.
And you're going to be helping with the Times, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
I will be objective.
Yeah.
That's why I'm there. I will be objective.
Yeah.
That's why I'm there. Like,
Yeah.
After
Exactly.
the campaign, I'm like, no, I need to get back in the news and keep doing it because, like, this isn't going to change.
It's been nearly a year since the Clinton campaign ended in disaster. But Dudich's efforts to defeat President Trump seem far from finished. Now, he's at the New York Times.
I target his businesses, his dumb of his son, Donald Jr. and Eric. So they're running Trump, like the Trump business. Target that. Get people to boycott going to his hotels. Boycott. So a lot of the Trump brand is the thing. If you can ruin the Trump brand,
Yeah.
and you put pressure on his business and you start investigating his business and you start shutting it down, whether hacking or other things, he cares about his business more than he cares about being president.
Right.
He would resign. Or he'd lash out and do something incredibly illegal, which he would have to.
Well, promise me this.
But,
Just make sure that you put that in the front.
we always say.
The Times ethical handbook clearly states, quote, journalists have no place on the playing fields of politics. Staff members are entitled to vote, but they must do nothing that might raise questions about their professional neutrality or that of the Times, unquote.
Like, as a journalist, I'm not able to give any money to any political organization. I'm not able to volunteer for any political organization. I'm not able to work for any nonprofit or charity. Like, there's a lot of guidelines and ethics.
So you've never been involved politically or anything?
Oh, I have. I was a volunteer strategist for the Clinton campaign, and that's why I ended up at Upworthy, because I wasn't deemed a journalist anymore.
Oh, so wait, how do you kind of square that, though?
So,
did you have to disclose that to them?
I had to leave my job at Fusion ABC to then take a job at Upworthy, where I wasn't deemed a journalist anymore, to be able to work for the Clinton campaign.
So
Thank you for trying.
Yeah.
So that was before?
It was a gallant effort.
Yeah, I mean, I was like, okay, I saw the threat and I was like, I want to do something. I can't just do what I do, because, Trump was a threat. And
Trump is a threat.
Still is a threat.
He's a threat.
You still think he's a threat, right?
Oh, he's a threat to everything.
Dudich's blatant lack of objectivity is undeniable, but there's more. He also told our undercover journalist a bizarre story about a very personal connection to a very newsworthy person. A story that, if true, is an undeniable conflict of interest for the Timesman.
The one thing that Jim Comey said, and I've met him, he's a great guy, actually.
How'd you meet Comey? Just like working in the campaign?
No. Godfather.
He's your godfather? Really? How does that happen?
My dad and mom and his wife for a really long time.
Aww. Man, so you're connected.
Yeah, that's something even John Michael has no idea about. No one at the Times has any idea about.
You heard that right. Dudich claims to be the godson of controversial former FBI Director James Comey, the guy President Trump fired in May.
So, anytime we clip something from, whether it's like the Sessions hearing or the Comey hearing, the Comey hearing, I should have recused myself. I should have, but I'm not ever telling anybody there.
Yeah.
That I have time with that, or else I don't know if they can keep me on.
Again, from the Times Ethical Handbook, staff members may not write about people to whom they are related by blood or marriage, or with whom they have close personal relationships, or edit material about such people, or make news judgments about them.
Do you still talk to him?
No, we haven't talked in 6 months.
But you said you saw him on Father's Day. Was that 6 months ago?
Or no, June? 3 months. No, it's August. 2 months.
So you saw him in August?
Yeah.
But it's August right now.
No, I saw him in June.
2 months later, James Comey signed a multi-million-dollar book deal. Nick was not pleased.
I'm kind of pissed at him. He's kind of with the book deal. Like, are you kidding me?
Oh yeah, I heard about that. You don't like that?
No, I think that's because he can't say anything more. Everything else is classified.
Right.
So it's just a money grab, and like, he's a holier than thou, and he gets a book deal just for money. Like,
Dudich insists that his deception must be kept secret, or his job may be in jeopardy.
When did he decide to put the book out? Did you get to talk to him about that? See, sometimes you need to be like that voice of reason, though.
I can't talk to him.
Why? Oh.
Nick was pointing to the New York Times offices right upstairs. Dudich also told us of a connection to the notorious extremist group Antifa.
Yeah, I used to be an Antifa punk once upon a time.
Did you?
I used to go after Nazi punks, yeah. I have punched neo-Nazis, many of them.
Nice.
Actually, that is from a neo-Nazi's tooth.
Very good.
Yes.
Good job.
Living in Northeast Florida, pretty much southern Georgia. A lot of neo-Nazis and a lot of KKK people.
Yeah.
So, had fun. So
Yeah.
it started, I'm like, I get to hit you. I'm so excited.
Dudich's claims became even more bizarre in our next conversation.
But does Comey know about you doing this stuff?
Cannot confirm or deny that question. There's a follow-up to that question that I don't want to ask.
Which is?
Did the FBI asked me to do that stuff.
Oh, and what'd you say?
Why do you think I did it?
What'd you do?
I joined that stuff because for them I was an asset.
Really?
Yeah. So it was intelligence gathering, seeing if they were, what their agenda was, whether they're a threat or not.
Are they a threat?
Some, yeah.
What kind of threat?
Domestic terrorism.
We had our doubts about the Comey connection. We sent a journalist to scour church records where we believe Dudich had been baptized. We sent undercover journalists to California, New England, Washington, D.C., and to Dudich's aunt's house in North Carolina.
I don't know who they picked for godparent. Probably his mom would have did that, and my brother and his mother are divorced, so not quite sure who. I mean, if you probably told me, I'd be like, oh yeah, but it's been a long time.
He was the head of the FBI. Is that true?
Now, I don't know, because I know, I don't know. I don't know if that was him or not.
We spoke with Nick's father in Washington, D.C.
Was he in the FBI?
Was who in the FBI?
Nick.
Not to the best of my knowledge.
Oh, okay. He told me he was James Comey's godson. Is that?
Not to the best of my knowledge.
Okay. It's just weird because he said that, you know, that you guys were like friends with that family, the Comeys. Yeah.
Yeah, he's embellishing. I don't know why he would say that.
It just left me uneasy, so I just wanted to,
Yeah, I don't know why. Yeah, he's not James Comey's godson. I don't even know James Comey.
It appeared Dudich's story was crumbling beneath him. In a phone call, we asked him for the truth.
To be honest, Nick, I asked your dad about Comey and the FBI, and he told me it wasn't true.
Okay.
So, I mean, how much are you lying to me about?
Not much.
Well, what's going on? Why would you lie about that?
About that?
Yeah. Why would you lie about Comey?
Not sure.
Okay, well, is Comey your godfather?
Comey?
Is James
Not my
Comey
godfather.
He's not?
No.
Well, then why did you say that?
I don't know. Good story.
We don't know the truth. Perhaps someone out there can lock it down one way or the other. But the fact remains that Nick Dudich lies, and he's a gatekeeper at the New York Times. And that fact should be worrisome to the bosses at the paper of record. If the Times can't sniff out people like Nick Dudich, journalists with such questionable integrity and character, who else are they letting spread disinformation in their name? Or is this more systemic? Does the Times lack journalistic integrity altogether? On that point, stay tuned. There are plenty more shoes to drop as our investigation into the New York Times digs deeper. Usually at the end of these videos, I make a request for financial support. Today, I'm going to ask for something slightly different. As you can see, we're working on some of the most powerful, sensitive investigations we have ever done. We've been able to do this because of people on the inside who are cooperating with us. If you're inside a corrupt mainstream media organization, a fake news organization, a Silicon Valley titan, or maybe you're one of those people inside the deep state, we want you to reach out to us. Now, your security is our biggest concern. We will protect you. I will personally go to jail to protect your identity. But if you're an insider, we want you to send us a tip at veritastips@protonmail.com. We look forward to hearing from you. For a look behind the scenes at the making of this American Pravda series and Project Veritas, watch the hour-long documentary series Truth, exclusively on One American News Network. Subscribe at oann.com and never miss out on the real news of the day.